Hello everyone, welcome here. So how to generate code using Tabnine AI tool, using accurate function suggestions, streamlining and importing process with the intelligent suggestions, and self-healing, how auto-heal will capabilities are going to be applied using this custom AI, leveraging Tabnine explanation and documentation of code, what you are going to be writing. Yes, how it is going to be applying for patterns and algorithms. Here in this lecture, how Tabnine generates code we will see. Let's begin. So data collection. The first one Tabnine applies for machine learning model is trained on a vast data sets. Those are included like a diverse range of code snippets from open source repositories, forums and other publicly available code bases. For an instance of an example, Stack Overflow search engine techniques, and where the super seniors are applied query and answers to making and collecting the information most relevant and suitable suggestions these AI tools will provide to the developers. The datasets covers various programming languages, libraries, coding styles. These programming languages, most of the Tabnine is supporting for Java, Python and JavaScript, Golang. Most of the trending programming languages nowadays which is going to be supporting, and we have shared all this data to you in our previous lectures. And pre-processing. The collected data is pre-processed to extract relevant features. This might include information about variable names, function names, code structures, relationship between the different parts of the code. It might be whole function or whole block of code or lines of code. This would be what you are going to be writing. It is a pre-processly, it will collect. Model training. So Tabnine employs a deep learning model typically based on a variant of recruitment of neural networks, RNN networks and transformers of the architectures. The model is trained for pre-processed code data to learn patterns, relationships and contextual information within the code. Once you are asking, when you are once the model is trained, this custom AI, these patterns are going to be responding you accordingly. Your requirements and suggestions will be provided by Tabnine AI. So contextual analysis, how it is. When a programmer starts typing in their code, usually the code editor will give you a professional development. Tabnine model analyze the context of the code in a real time. Whenever the developer is start writing and applying of his thoughts and applying of variables and model, these Tabnine AI models already written variable names it will suggest, and already written block of code suggestions if any it will suggest to you. And it will take you the current position to the cursor and recommending you to by accepting such a suggestion and code by pressing the tab key for now in Tabnine. The model understands the relationship between different elements in the code, allowing it to predict what the programmer might be trying to achieve the successful goal to completing his complexity task. Code generation based on the contextual analysis. The model generates code suggestions dynamically it will apply. These suggestions are presented to the programmer in the form of auto completions, including function signatures, variable names, even entire code snippets. Yes, if you apply professional and enterprise versions, the block of code is going to be generating by Tabnine. If you are applying for starter, yes, it is applying for the line by line suggestions it will provide. Tabnine's strength lies its ability to generate accurate, contextual and relevant code suggestions more and more. User feedback loop. Tabnine continuously learns from the user interactions. The backend team which is working, a development team, research and development team working with the user's feedback. So users select a code suggestions and make changes of generating code. This feedback used to refine the model to revising, and they are releasing the latest versions of Tabnine AIs. Over time of period, the model adopts a specific coding style and presents like individual users and improving the accuracy suggestions, and they are adding the code base. Local context and adaptability. Tabnine takes into account the local context of the code being written. It is understand the relationship between different parts of the code, tailors and suggestions accordingly. The model is adaptability and different programming languages, code paradigms, making it a versatility, wide range of developers, and it is going to be a smooth way of development process it is going to be applying. Privacy and security. Tabnine designed to respect the user privacy. Yes, the code analysis generation happens locally on the user's machine, and if the model doesn't send a sensitive code snippets to the personal to identifiable information to external servers, even the code is readed like collected by your model, what it will do, it will be trained by local project wise code base here only. It won't be shared to any other networks and external world. Tabnine conclusions. Code generation process involves the training machine learning model on a large data sets of database and enabling understanding contextual relationship within the code snippets only. The model dynamically generates accurate and contextual relevant code suggestions as programmers type, providing efficient, adaptive and code experience and making a quick decisions to completing the problem solving techniques. Tabnine for accurate function signature suggestions, how we are getting using PyCharm with Python program. So let's initiate by starting PyCharm from your local computer machine or any of your favorite IDE if you are having and installed and added this Tabnine AI. So be ready with the practical experience by getting the output more accurately in Tabnine. So Tabnine AI powered a completion tool, like a code completion tool, significantly enhanced your coding experience. This accurate function signature suggestions, and I'll guide you. So the Tabnine, what the purpose we are going to be using here. So the previous lectures I have very clearly demonstrated you by adding this Tabnine AI to as a plugin to your PyCharm for Python development. Yes, it might be you are comfortable with Visual Studio Code or Atom or Sublime Text Editor or Eclipse, any of your favorite. Yes, which IDE you are comfortable, yes, you start begin with most of the IDEs, Tabnine response and suggestions will accurately give you the same way. Once you done the downloading and installation and attaching this custom AI to your IDE, yes, this is a sufficient to start working with the particular this lecture. Now code context awareness. So let's see, Tabnine excels understanding context. So how it is going to be? It analyzes your existing code base, what you are going to be writing, how you are going to be applying variable names and data types, patterns and accurate suggestions it will take from how you are going to be trained and what you are written written in your Python file or Java file which you are going to be practicing. As you are trying to typing a function or method or a variable name, Tabnine takes into account a current code context and predict the suggestions and most relevant function signatures and most relevant recommendations it will offer you to select which you be comfortable and you may select and complete your task quickly. These are triggering these suggestions beginning a typing of a function name or variable name or method name, whichever you call it as, and starting Tabnine will automatically suggesting a function signatures. One of the options I'll show you, it might be a drop down menu option suggestions you may get it, or the what you need to take a suggestions from your code, you just already you have to take either a tab or select the option from the drop down and select hit and enter. So I'll show you what the signatures you can a right signature, how you can choose and how it will works for you to make a quick completion of the program. And auto completion means maybe a professional edition and enterprise versions are there in Tabnine which will give you a complete block of code. Yes, beginner will offer you to start working with line by line code it will. So let's begin to create any of your Python project, like from PyCharm IDE. Go to right click and take a new file, Python file. This Python file I'm going to creating a Python program which is an example factorial number which is given by user. Factorial like number, yes, Python file. So hit and enter. Now you see factorial number. I'm just typing like Python. See, when I'm typing Python, you keenly observe here. Developers, you have to observe here. When I'm typing comment line with the Python, these many signatures and suggestions it is giving here. Have you observed? I'm not typing and it is not recommended by our particular IDE. This is the Tabnine. Why? How I am giving like telling this Tabnine IDE signature? You may observe here this is the like a Tabnine logo in the left corner. At the same time right side you may observe this is the Tabnine. Every line means you want Python's which one, take the mouse like arrow key to down and up. If you want to import, manage, or what is the spelling you require, what is your mind, these suggestions are coming from Tabnine. How beautifully. See, press enter to insert whichever the selection option, tab to replace to next tip. If you want to replace with the next tip means you just go with the tab. Got it? Now Python like a program I want to type. Like see how how it is going to be reading my mind. Yeah, Python's program, not Python's. Yeah, Python program to find the factorial see the factorial of function, the factorial of a, the factorial of the, what do you want? It's assumptions and suggestions it will give you. Factorial number given by the user. Just whatever it you just assume it and ensure that. Now let's see. Just a simply program I am writing like here for input I'm taking like a number equal to some number I'm giving for the, to understanding this number I want to find a factorial numbers. Now factorial, see here the suggestion, I don't know, like I have given something comment line here I am written, and now just I'm trying to typing like FAC how Tabnine is giving me the suggestions. See, I want to declare like a factorial as a 1. I can choose my arrow keys from my keyboard. I'm selecting factorial as a 1 I want. So how beautifully it is completing my task. How beautifully it is completing my task. Now factorial I have given like a default like a variable I have taken factorial equal to 1. Now done. Now let's see simple logic I am implementing here. If num, see this is the variable v, it is indicating by IDE, means it's a IDE also, PyCharm IDE also recommending you the libraries of code what you have written based on your written keywords and training. At the same time similarly Tabnine recommendation, this is num. See this is also num equal to num equal to 0. If num equal to 0, which how you want Tabnine is also it's going to be recommending you. So what is my recommendation is here Tabnine like num is less than, if it is less than 0. Yeah, if a number is less than 0, what I am saying that print C, print format and print factorial, whatever it you want it's going to be giving you. So what I am saying that factorial is not for is, if you know you can type it or it will give you the suggestions, is not for negative numbers. Done. Negative numbers. Now come back here back to elif. Let's see Tabnine and IDE, PyCharm IDE is also suggesting elif like num equal to this I am taking. If it is a 0, Then if it is a number, if it is a equal to 0, what I am suggesting, if it is less than 0 means it's not a negative numbers, factorial number will not be given. So if it is a number equal to 0, what we can say that factorial 0 is 1. So I can write a print statement. Print, see, is for positive number. It's a suggesting. These are the suggestions by signatures or standard signatures by Tabnine. If you are satisfied, you can take the information. If you are not satisfied and you have a custom message, you just write it down like a print. Here you can write like a factorial of 0 is 1. Done. How you want you can write it. Now like here we have one more information, like else statement is there. So else, what we need to write down? Yeah, so else the calculation to be done here, like for, we need to identify. So for I in range, like see, this is the format we can choose. So select the format, like from 0 now 1 onwards I'm going to take number plus the logic we have to implement. Yeah, number plus 1 here. Now the factorial for I in range. Yes, what do we have to write down here? Yes, factorial 1 already declared here. Factorial equal to factorial plus 1. Yes, factorial equal to factorial this one. Beautiful. So this is the factorial, not plus 1. Here it is a factorial into 1. Yes. Now what we have to take? Else for, there is a print statement here, it is there, no? So print, yeah, print here I can write down the factorial of given number, whatever it you want you can write down here, like given input number, like a variable is, so is should come here, no? Is, see here, is space like comma, then it is a suggestion of, yeah, closing braces is already there, one more is not required. This is the program, how this Tabnine is going to be suggesting to me, how the Tabnine is going to be writing and giving me a signatures. Have you identified? Let's run the program. Yeah, so the factorial 7 is 1, it is given. The factorial 7 is given like a 1. So whenever you are going to be writing something, you know, factorial 7 is an input I have given as a given number is 7 is 1. The factorial of 7 is 1. Let me check with the, I can give like 500. Let's say run the program. No, something is wrong here. Factorial 500 is 1. It is something is wrong. Let me check with the data. Yeah, welcome back. Here as suggestions we have taken plus 1. Let's see factorial, and here with the multiplication, yes, where is the star, into I we have to take as input from this for loop. Now let's run the program. Process factorial is running. Yes, so this is the 500 factorial, and let me check with 7. Now let's run the program. 5040. So more accurately we are getting a simple logic, like this is the logic on signatures. Actually I have concentrated more and more to selecting the logic from the Tabnine. So ensure that If you understand what happening here to finding a factorial, how many iteration is going to be happening, how many number of iterations is going to be happen, and how you are going to be collect the data. If you understand the signatures and the standardization which is given by Tabnine also will help you greatly to build a great program by behalf of you. So here you may check it. Instead of taking the standard fixed number, also you can collect a converting of input from int input from the user. See, input, it's a double quote or single quote, you may take it. Input, enter, see, enter the factorial number. For the user who is going to be giving an input, the signature you may observe here. Just when I am typing enter, yeah, enter, see, when I start typing, enter the factorial number. These suggestions given by Tabnine, all we have to select and enter. That's it. Now save it. Why it is a input means user input, and why it is a because a integer, which is the data is a user is giving a object data which is going to be not capable to handle inside. So it is going to be making converting into integer number. So integer number can be performed easily in the calculation and range methods and all. So apply now, run the program. Yeah, stop it and rerun the program. You will check it what the user is required. So if I given 7 here, a 7, it's a 8 hit enter, 504 5040 is a number for the factorial number we are identified. So let's see, I'm just trying to, we have in the previous lecture we have seen how to build a factorial number using Tabnine AI suggestions while writing and completion of code. By taking the intelligent suggestions, here by taking this module, how we are going to be importing, let's take a Python file. Yes, new Python file, new file. Just I'm taking a new program or new module. Now here I am going to taking an import suggestion existing program. I'm going to taking a factorial number. See, this is the factorial number I'm taking from this module. As a module I'm treating and going to importing here to writing building a new program here using existing any of object oriented program where you have to get the data from a code from the references, objects, methods, these all are. So here ensuring to understanding to streamlining, if we are code base we are using and we are suggesting to the intelligence, it's read all the code base from our previous files, and understanding security and privacy will be standardly will be applicable for local development area only. It won't share the data with any other sources of the resources where external world and servers. Now let's see, if I am taking as a number, so these are the suggestions which is given by this, it might be 7, 8, 9 or whatever number I can give. And now the factorial, if I am taking a factorial number or factory or which variable you want to declare, you just suggest take a decision from your a suggestion, a intelligent suggestion from by Tabnine. So the factorial I can take it as a 1. So these all more accurately, the more accurately you just get the information from Tabnine. This is the whole line suggestions. As you code, you will get the code suggestions based on your current context, which adapts the every additional character you type. If you are choosing and selecting from the suggestion, it's more accurately it will works and suggest give you the most common type code completions and line by line completions. If you are applying pro or enterprise versions, means block of code completion suggestions, it will give you current lines and current blocks. The descriptive functions, accurate predictions it will give you. The full function suggestions. Let's see a few examples for this factorial number we will see here. If I said if, see, if I said when I am starting if, it's taking if factorial like factorial equal to, if factorial equal to 1. These are the suggestions from Tabnine. If I am suggesting, like if I am taking like if a number less than, if you are like a number like less than and a 0, where is the 0? Yes, what I can say that print the same program, it will be continue here, like a factorial is not negative number. See, this you can take, you can add not negative number. Right, now else part you can build here, like else if, yes, this is the suggestions, else if, elif. In the Python, you just treat it as a elif. If number equal to, it's a variable, and equal to, yes, where is it, equal to, if it suits like a 0, if the number is suits for 0, what do you say here? It is print, yeah, print here the factorial is positive, you can give, is not negative number, you can give, or else if your custom message you have factorial like a 0 for 0, factorial for 0 is 1, you can simply give your local way. Else you can write the program like a selecting by the signature of the suggestions, you can like a for I like in range, this is the simple methods I am writing here. So I in range 0 comma 1, 1 comma number, this you can take it and adjust the code as your requirement, and to reach the logic for I in range like a 1, like a num plus 1, when you hit now the factorial. So this is the recommendations from, like recommendations are going to be increasing, so the factorial, so you can choose here the signatures, not only here, just I'm like you just strongly remember here. So that simply I'm suggesting this lecture for you to how understanding with the one simple program only. If you are understanding and if you are training by writing your code, by making a real world examples, how you are extending your program by reading these things, means like a class files, methods inside, where it might be like a CRUD operations from your database. Yes, most how much data you are going to be like trying to training more accurately your Tabnine, this AI will give you the response how you require. So the factorial that equal to, yeah, factorial into I. Now take a print which is going to be like you can suggest here what the information is, the message, see the factorial I for, or else the factorial comma, yeah, the factorial of a given number is no. So custom format I am trying to making, see here the suggestion how it is coming, that's it. I'm just taking an enter from the selection what the Tabnine is offering for me. So how beautifully we can select the data and streamline the import process and collecting code base and applying intelligent suggestions. So let's see Tabnine AI Self-Healing, also called it as autoheal capabilities. Let's begin to learn what the steps we have to follow and what the information and autoheal features are possibly available in Tabnine AI we are going to discovering. Let's start. Self-healing or autoheal. So the feature called Tabnine Self-Healing or autoheal, it's possible that Tabnine has introduced a new features for programmers who are start learning and who are existing in the information technology field, to encouraging them to learning and applying AI techniques. The artificial intelligence technique means the code suggestions we have seen in our previous lectures, and also it's going to like a predicting what the user or programmer is entering in his code IDE. So the general capabilities of code completion tools and Tabnine's existing features are already possibly inside, And the term self-healing or auto-heal in the context of Tabnine could potentially refer to the tool's ability to assist in correcting or suggesting fixes for errors and issues in the code automatically. Yes, this auto-healing means if you ask anything to the Tabnine AI, yes, it will suggest you the more reference and more performance codes to you. Self-healing features one by one we are going to discussing now. Error detection part. This is a very much important and crucial part for developers and programmers when they are seeing the deadlines of software development. So I would strongly recommend you to understand. The tool continuously analyzes the code you are writing, looking for syntax errors, logical issues if you are any, other common programming like a day-to-day activities, if any mistakes it will cause you. Automatic suggestions. When your error is detected, the tool may automatically provide you the suggestions to fix the issue. This could include suggesting corrections to the code, offering alternative approaches and suggestions, or recommending specific functions or methods to improve your code. And if you are facing any error there to fix this such a bugs, yes, it will suggest you to which you want to take a decision to apply the suggested code by Tabnine AI. Self-healing features next. Context awareness. The tool takes into account the context of your code, understanding the relationship between the different elements, variables, and how your written pattern by programmer are applying methodologies. This helps to providing more accurate and contextually relevant suggestions you will get from this Tabnine custom AI. User confirmation. Yes, in some cases, the tool might automatically apply the suggested or fixing the changes from your code, or it may ask user confirmation before making the changes for developers. This ensures that the developer have a control over the modification and made by their code. Yes, the Tabnine AI is the AI which the developer or programmer will control. Yes, you are going to be controlling your AI. Learning from corrections. The tool learns from how the developers accept or reject the suggestions. Over a period of time, it adapts its suggestions based on the coding patterns and preferences individual users, aiming to providing increasingly accurate and relevant guidance how they are accepting the predictions, how they are accepting the corrections, and if they are suggesting any new code they are writing, means it's like a looking and understanding of your training. So also check the official document or release notes of the Tabnine. Most accurate update you have to follow as a developer. The information regarding like a self-healing or auto-healing is the features are newly introducing by Tabnine. So developers should aware of it, how such features work and understand any potential implications for their specific coding practices in future developments and enhancement of learning and continuing the journey with the AI tool like a Tabnine with your code IDE in real-time practices of your real-world projects. Well, I strongly recommend you to practice by adding this tool in some place of any other system which before going to be applying of your real world project. Then see the understanding of training of this custom AI, how it is going to be responding. The same login you may apply in your real world project. I hope this helps self-healing and this auto completion of a feature from Tabnine. It's really greatly help for developers who are looking great developments and future developments. You are going to learning leveraging Tabnine for code explanation and documentation. So how Tabnine will help us to understand if we've written something like a code development which is done by us. So how, as a beginner, if you want to know more information about to the code or a particular method, yes, will you get any explanation from your super senior or superior from your team? So Tabnine will also help us to understanding this code explanations and documentation. Yes, let's see. I have a program creating a bubble sort function in Python. So here it is a function is declared, the name of the function and the title. Here is a program is developed. So now these are the tests before unsorted and after sorting of the bubble techniques. Let's see, by running this program we will get an information. Here it is not, we need not to concentrate on how the logic is implemented, where the developer or as a beginner how you need to concentrate here to how we are getting an information, how the Tabnine is going to be code explanation it is giving for us. It's really beautiful. Let's see here the print statements unsorted list, which is the list is given to here the variable, and it's in a sorted list. After the sorting of the bubble sort means this method is applied to sorting this list items. Let's see the output result. Unsorted list which is given and sorted list is given means the bubble sort is working perfectly. But it's really great. Now you keenly understand. Now what I'm trying to getting, there is an option called here, it's an at the top of this method. Here you may observe explain. The option when you added this like a Tabnine starter, the starter only, it might be you may have like a professional or enterprise packs. It's really great. Even the starter you may test it like explain. This code will be, if you select here and click here means explain means this code, how the method what it is, it will Tabnine will explain you. And if you want to test, you can click here to test it, document and fix, ask. So one by one in this lecture I'm going to taking you like a explain and a document, like a rest of the options we will see in our upcoming lectures. Now let's see how leveraging the Tabnine. I have a selected here, or else I'm going to directly clicking like a explain. So the selection is taken by Tabnine, and also it is taking like a, let's see here it is a like a Tabnine beta, what it is happening here. Wow, it's writing something here for me. So the documentation like a explanation, it is written for me. Let's see, go to the top, explain code. So the explain, when I click here, the explain code, the selected code is function for bubble sort. It is saying that the selected code is a function for bubble sort. See here it is in a bubble sort, and that takes the list of an argument and sorts it's using to bubble sort algorithm. The code is structured in a way that is used for loop to iterative over each element in the list. Each element in the list using for loop. See the code you observe here. If you know strong fundamentals, so programmers or developers or professionals, I strongly recommend you to learn fundamentals strongly. So once you clearly understand how the for loop is created, how the like variables are created, how like you are going to be making a list items, if you understand the fundamentals, yes, rest of the things this AI tools will help you, and it will make you master in very less time. So let's see the iterative over each element in the list means the for loop is going to be understanding the length of list, and it's taking and iterating over like a till end of the items, it is iterating. So this is what it is written here, over each element in the list, starting from the first element and moving towards the last element. So iteration will happen if you understand and if you know how for loop is going to be iterating a step by step or like a line by line code iteration, and by taking the elements one by one. Then by understanding and reading this technique like this documentation, you will easily understand what happening the method. So for instance of an example, I'm showing you this example as a bubble sort. If you are having an own project and you are providing a method, which is the method or which is a function, you are selected the code, or you are asking Tabnine AI what it is exactly, what happening the functionality here, then you will get a explanation. How beautifully it will. So let's go to the next one. Here within the for loop there are another loop. So for loop within another loop. Yes, here it is there, and iterates over each element in the list, starting from the first element and moving towards to the last element. The code compares the current element within the next element and swaps from the current elements to the greater, then it is the next element. This is the process is repeated for all the elements in the list. So what it is exactly happening in the bubble sorting? The bubble sorting algorithm, what it is happening here, it is written clearly. The code that returns to the sorted list once that it's completed with that like a bubble sort list. This is the method here it is given for the referencing, like here it is. Regenerate means if you are not satisfied with this answer, you just ask regenerate button to regenerate the data from Tabnine beta. So this is the beta means, yes, you are getting an information from the beta version. Yes, the latest versions which are going to be updates and the information will be provided by Tabnine. You just go through the Tabnine website if you need more updated information by Tabnine. Yes, come to the point here. If you would like to see the documentation, just the selected code here it is there, and I'm just clicking document. See, document code. Now Tabnine is creating a document for me. You need to, like, if you want to create any documentation for your page, yes, it's a Tabnine is creating. This is the function implementing the bubble sort, and here it is a written, and algorithm is a list of numbers and most of the things, ascending order, what the requirement you are going to be specifying, like a parameters, list items, the list of numbers, returns the list of sorted list. See, the document it is in a making this area, and the code what we have written here it is given. So beautifully, if you want to replace this, you just click here for the insert, and if you want to take a copy of this, you just go for here for the copy snippet. Beautiful, very much beautiful. I hope I am really happy with that Tabnine custom AI, which is giving me a great information and support with the code explanation and documentation for mine. So greatly, you just start learning step by step and apply a small things to your regular works. Then you apply greatly, like make the master skills you enable within you by applying such a great skills. I hope you enjoyed this lecture by leveraging Tabnine for code explanations and documentation for future references. You just try a small snippets and take your code base. So I would like to show you a clear information. I'm just trying to asking to, will it be the Python is going to be generating a bubble sort algorithm. Let's create a new Python file. Just go to Python file, hit bubble sort file like .py, and here it is a Python my Python file is ready in my PyCharm IDE. So now all you need to go for this, here it is a Tabnine I have added in earlier. How Tabnine will help us to creating a code and understanding my requirements. In advancedly, there is a Python chart which is receiving the commands. So this lecture I'll go to give you more detailed information about this Tabnine chart, which is a future and roadmap information. And here we would like to access this to how it is going to be performing. Let's see in my Python, this PyCharm IDE. Here you may observe at the right side Tabnine chart. So click here and you just try to type a comment or prompting. I just trying to asking this Tabnine to creating a particular bubble sort in Python. Write a program bubble sort in Python. Just I'm trying to writing a prompt to asking this Tabnine AI chat box, just submitting my query. Let me check it. If it is not done, I'll write and I'll show you the Python a bubble sort algorithm anyhow here. Let's see how it is going to be implementing. I hope it's really awesome and beautifully it is created. Let's see, it's going on. Wow. Here you may observe write a program bubble sort in Python, and my hitting is done with my this Tabnine AI. See, here is a basic implementation of bubble sort in Python. See, definition like a def, it's indicating like a bubble sort, like n equal to length of these arguments, and here it is like how it is going to be written arguments, and everything is a program is structured. Here it is created so beautifully. Well, how would I like to? If I take in by using this insert, let's take an insert. Wow, beautifully this all the code just I'm clicking by making an insert command here, and let's see, my algorithm is completed successfully without writing a single line of code. Using Tabnine AI tool, how it is helping me to writing a code. And see, this implementation uses two nested loops, like a for loop, like a for I and for j. It's a two are the inner loop and outer loop, and also call it as a nested loop, where like n is the length of the input array, and loop like runs like n-1 iteration, where is the like current iterations, where the inner loop elements are compared with the like swapped in the current element is greater than the next element. This process is repeated for each element in the array, starting from the first element and moving towards the last element. How beautifully it is prepared for the documentation. Sorted array is then returned. This is the sorted array for the return, like how to test this method. It's like a function, or you can test this method. Yep, let me like what suggestions it is going to be giving to me. Let me check it, what suggestions it's giving to me. Right, so wow, it's beautifully it's creating like a unit test. By creating unit test it's creating. However, just I'll take like we have in a lecture for unit testing also greatly, so I'm trying to taking like here like for outing like one statement only. I'm asking for array this like unsorted list I'm taken here from the this unit testing report, and now I'll take a bubble sort. Yeah, here I'll call the bubble sort by passing this array. Yes, that's it. If I call this bubble sort, by passing this array list items, yes, we will get an information over there. And here I'm just writing like a print unsorted list, comma, which is a concatenation with the array. Yes, see how you can observe the just a minute, here we have to close the double quotes. Yes, this is correct way. And one more print statement. Yeah, print this we have to cut from here, and after sorting we have to present the list by making the concatenation with this statement. Now let's run the program. Now unit testing I'll show you in the next lectures, like upcoming lectures. We have a separate lecture how we are going to be making. Yeah, so here, okay, this comma is here. So if you are understood how the code you can use it, yes, then you can get a strong recommendations. Okay, ARR means this is the list item, so it's going to be giving some error. Yeah, so what is this ARR? The list items which is assigned ARR, correct? No, the ARR, yes. Type hint variable ARR. It is a compatible format, and why I'm not getting like unsorted list outputs, print statements. Yes, what is that? Unary operator. Okay, it's not required here for this version. Let me check now. Wow, beautiful. See, unsorted list what we have given here, like taken by the report, it is given by Tabnine AI only with the reference. Simply we are going to be testing like without involving the unit testing and automation testing. We are not involved here. Simply the algorithm we have asked Tabnine to create, it's generated a code for us. It's a generated a code for us, and using this snippet from the insert from the Tabnine AI beta version 2, this chart 2, we have taken completely the code. And from here we have applied how the documentation is also provided for us to understanding how this particular code is implemented, and it's running in our regular times. Now unsorted array, the a group of list of items, so how it is showing here, a bubble sort is one of the sorting technique from lowest to highest. So the lowest number, after sorting we have applied a bubble sort method. This by passing this data, the iterations are happen, n is nothing but how many iterations you want to execute and perform. Now it is performed the length by taken, it's a length method. This is a built-in method in Python. So 11, 12, 22, 25, 34, it's some completely ascending order from lower to higher number, what the algorithm of a bubble sort is applying in real time, what we are seeing here in the live demonstration. So beautifully, irrespective of the programming language, which programming language you are going to be using, and according to your requirement, using ask a query, ask a prompt to Tabnine, yes, definitely you will get what wonders you are going to be getting. Yes, Tabnine is having huge potential and huge library and huge code base which is already available with Tabnine. So explore more possibilities with your prompts. So ensure what the prompt you are going to be asking, write a prompt for the purpose of problem statement you are getting accurately, means this prompt you have to make a note. How many prompts are there ready-madely you are going to be using a day-to-day activities, then it will make you more quickly master in development. So let's say a simple example I'm going to taking right now. Like a previous lecture we are going to demonstrating. So let's see here, I would say a pyramid pattern. Yeah, create a file, and we are trying to pyramid patterns. Let's say just I'm trying to Tabnine in the right pane. Once creating PyCharm to a Python file, just making a comment line here, and here in the Tabnine chart I'm trying to asking write a pyramid pattern program in Python with user inputs, with the custom requirements, and if any possibilities you may require to improve or write in your code, you just add it. Not only I am trying to showing you and demonstrating here for Python programming language. If you would like to see and if you would like to ask Tabnine AI to get Java examples, Python examples, JavaScript examples, or Angular JS examples, or you have a React JS examples to creating components or any of the functionality which you require, and how Tabnine you are trained by integrating or attaching to your IDE. So accordingly it will respond quickly. So by understanding how I am approaching to getting the solutions using Tabnine AI, the same way you just follow in your own programming language to build strong in your code development. Now let's see, just I have hit this prompt to Tabnine AI. Now here is a simple Python a program for pattern that generates a pyramid pattern. Now simply we see here pyramid pattern program is given. Now insert here. Now for I in range of 6 and for j 2 loops are initiated. Let me read a few sentences of the documentation which is also given to us. The program uses the nested loop for print a pyramid pattern with 6 rows. The output outer loop iterates over each row starting from 0 and ending with a 5. The inner loop iterates over each column of the given row starting from the 0 and ending with the column I, where is the current row. The same way 6 times it iterates and it will continuously prints. Let me see the printout by running this file. Yeah, wow, see, this is the pattern what I'm trying to asking to this pattern of a program to Tabnine AI, and using using this insert button to taking a clip of code quickly. See here, once the generated code is done here, I would like to make it big. Yes. Now see, this is the part of the code. Pyramid pattern code is generated by Tabnine AI. I'm not written a single line of code. Now I have taken by adding this inserting into the here into my a code, my page. Pyramid underscore patterns is my Python page, which is the local development area. So I'm getting this code by without writing a single line of code. If I am understanding what is the inner loop, this is for what inner loop and what is the outer loop. If I understand, yes, simply I can integrate what the real-time requirements to asking Tabnine to a query and getting in information. These all are real world examples I'm trying to showing you to better understand how we can approach, how we can train, how we can get an intelligence reports like a code generation using Tabnine AI. I hope you will more enjoy by writing more and more and generating the code in Python. You will really enjoy. If you select this code, you will get more options from this particular Tabnine. And also if you select this and ask a Tabnine AI chart do prepare a documentation for you, it will do for you the intelligence with the intelligence information and the latest accurately. It will create a documentation for you. I hope it's giving you a better idea how easily you can adapt this Tabnine AI to your coding journey. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.